President Trump's extreme vetting order or travel ban boosted today as he pushes for an expedited Supreme Court hearing. Republican officials from 16 states, led by Texas, filing a brief with the U.S. Supreme Court urging the justices to reinstate the travel ban, saying the order is, quote, emphatically not a Muslim ban, end quote. My next guest says President Trump's travel ban is lawful and constitutional. Joining us tonight, Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, great to see you.
Thank you, Lou.
This is a remarkable statement of support from these states. Is it likely to move any one of the justices in favor of the president's ban?
I don't think so. I don't know which way the Supreme Court is going to go, but I don't think the court will rule on this until they hear from the Ninth Circuit, which, quite frankly, could rule any day, and most probably, almost certainly, will go against the president. The problem for the president is that the order of the Fourth Circuit upholding the injunction in Maryland, which is nationwide, and the likely order of the Ninth Circuit upholding the injunction in Honolulu, which is nationwide, are preliminary orders. There have been no trials. There's been no testimony. There's been no clash.
Just, I think we could say, a district court judge's willfulness rather than
evidence. Supreme Court doesn't like to rule until the case is over.
Well, the poor darlings. And we're talking about national security.
I know we're talking about national security. The
president is saying is crystal clear to those justices and the American people, we're talking about American lives. We're talking about my responsibility under the Constitution to protect those lives. And this Supreme Court better wake up.
So what he should hope for and what Attorney General Sessions should ask for is lifting the stay during the pendency of the litigation. He shouldn't say, we don't want this to be tried. He shouldn't say, they can't challenge me. Just let me run the foreign policy of the United States, which you, Supreme Court, have said is exclusively in my hands. Just let me use...
Which also the Constitution says
yes,
is his responsibility.
Correct. Just let me use the statutory authority that Congress has given me, which almost every one of my modern predecessors has used, to keep the country safe. You can try anything you want. You can challenge anything you want. Don't interfere with my foreign policy during the pendency of the trial. That's what he should ask for. Now, if they don't do that, if they wait for this to be over, he will be at the end of his term before the case reaches them a second time.
In that case, is there a way in which you could possibly pull the justices from their chairs and acquaint them with the idea that national security is their primary responsibility?
It's the primary responsibility of the President of the United States.
Of the entire government.
And they have written that in prior Supreme Court decisions. I can't predict which way they're going to go. So this idea that they would wait till October to rule, we're talking about a war on radical Islamist terrorists who are warring on us. Okay.
And we would watch this court. I mean, what do they think it is? 1940?
Here's the flip side of that. Justices read election returns and justices read newspapers, and they look at the same websites and the same television programs as the rest of us. And they know exactly what's going on in the world, and they know how acute these problems are. And we have 9 justices with theoretically a conservative majority. I say theoretically because Justice Kennedy has been known to go from one side to the other.
Well, my God, if national security comes down to an ideological dichotomy, conservative and liberal. I mean, we are really in trouble.
It did in the Fourth Circuit, and it probably will in the Ninth. It's wrong that that should happen. Justices should shed their concern about the ultimate outcome of the case when they put that black robe on and just do the right thing.
What about the
politics at the courthouse door?
The timeliness. Expedite. The President of the United States has called for an expedited
The Supreme Court will gather to the 4 corners of the earth on June 30th, and they will not resume again until the second Monday in October. The President has a tough row to hoe to get them to rule in the next 3 weeks, but that should be his goal.
9 justices will take their leave on a nice summer vacation rather than take care of their responsibilities under the Constitution. National security will be at risk.
They may take their responsibility before they leave, but don't expect rulings during the summer. Once they leave, they're gone until October.
So should we expect a ruling from them by the 30th?
In my opinion, if they do the right thing, they will invalidate the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals and invalidate what we expect will come from the Ninth. They'll do it before June 30th.
Would you say that there's something awfully wrong in this nation's capital when we have 9 justices who would act like it's 1860, 1870?
I don't want to
take a vacation.
I don't want to criticize them until I see what they do. Do they have the tools to resolve this before June 30th? Yes. Do the rules permit the resolution of it before June 30th? Yes. Do they have the will to do so? We'll find out one morning.
Yeah, well, shame on them if they do not move expeditiously to resolve this and to support the president in defending the nation. I mean,
it's very,
shame on them.
Very clear-cut, in my view, that the president has this authority and he has exercised it properly.
Well, hopefully we will find out very quickly whether the 9 august justices have joined this century and understand the threats and challenges that he and the nation contend with.
Right.
I want to ask you very quickly, Comey, you expect much of it?
No. I think we've all built up a great deal of hype. I think he's going to be very sterile and non-judgmental. It's not going to be FBI Director Comey. It's going to be private citizen Jim Comey. This is what I said. This is what I heard. You guys decide what it means. I'm not giving you legal opinions anymore. That's what I think we're going to get on Thursday.
Not his usual electric illuminating self.
You mean with the nausea in the stomach? No.
Judge Andrew Napolitano. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Great to see you, my friend.
Pleasure.